Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going through Essendon's win over Port Adelaide in a prime time game that didn't really live up to the prime time viewing. The skills were horrendous in this, and it pretty much showed to me at least that these two sides would be not bottom of the table, but they'd be near enough bottom. I mean, you've got Essendon on 1 win and 2 losses, and Port Adelaide also on 1 win and 2 losses. So that sort of that loss helps out Sydney. They've somehow jumped up, I think, the table in a bye round, which is good for them. But it just showed to me that these two teams are probably going to finish in the 10 to 15 range. Not as bad as West Coast and Richmond, but even North Melbourne, they could challenge these types of sides. But anyway, let's just jump into this video. So Essendon here, let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys. That will do it there. There we go. Essendon, Dersma, 112, 118, not going to be relevant. We've seen this with him before. He's had spike games like this where he just takes a massive amount of marks. He ended up on 29 touches. I think he had something like 12 in the last quarter. Let me just double check that. There was quite a few few players that went off in the last quarter. A couple of Port players we'll get to, but pretty sure Dersma was one of the Essendon players. He had 12 touches and 4 marks in the last quarter. So if you take that out, he's probably on track for about a 95 or something like that, as he had a 41 point last quarter. So he was on 71 at 3/4 time. Zach Merritt, 108. I think he had a rather quiet last quarter. Yeah, his last quarter he had where is it here? I just skipped over him. Yeah, he had a 15 point last quarter, only 6 touches. So we ended up on 34 touches, 5 marks, 2 tackles, and 2 behinds. A really decent game from him, and he's always going to be there and in and about I guess around the mark, I should say, is probably the best way to describe it. 108, 106 is just, job done there again. Caldwell got to the 100 in fantasy. Supercoach, he was let down a little bit. I don't even know why he had such a differing score from Zach Merritt. Must have been something to do with like the scores, score involvements or something like that. We can actually just go here. You can see the AFL ladder there. Let's go to AFL.com and see the reason why. It must have been intercepts or score sources or something for that regard with Merritt and Caldwell. You can see there, you can see that Caldwell had 3 clearances to Merritt's 1, goal assist to Merritt, which didn't have for Caldwell. And we go to advanced stats here. Inside 50s, Caldwell 6, Zach Merritt 5, in score involvements 8 to 6, and then intercept possessions 0 to 3. So I don't know what exactly it was from Merritt that got him up above the likes of Caldwell. To be honest with you, just looking here quickly, where are they? You've got Caldwell and Merritt here. Zach Merritt 7 turnovers to Caldwell's 3. Yet I just don't get that, to be honest with you. But there's something there that Merritt's done over Caldwell that's got him above him. I guess maybe just the mountain of, but even then 10 contest possessions to 8, it just doesn't really make sense. But anyway, it is what it is. Shield, Durham, Gresham, none of these guys really matter. And then we get down to the rookies here in Zach Merritt. An 83-88. This is exactly what we needed. I know, I don't know exactly what he'll be in Supercoach. If we just go here to Supercoach, that's prior. Let's go to Zach Reid. So he got an 88, which beat his break even by 102. So 102 beating his break even by should see him increase in price by about 45k, give or take, 45, 46k, which is huge. I'm just going to double check with some of the guys that do it on Twitter to see if that is, or X, to see what exactly they have him priced at. Yep, they have Zach Reid priced at 165.8, which, that is a rise of 45 points. Let me actually just do that. 165.8. 165.8 minus 119.9 is 45.9k price rise for Zach Reid, which is really good to see. He beat his break even by 102, as we said. So that should, as I said, 45.9, and then that should be really good for him. Just double checking that my numbers still stand up. I had 45.7, it's 45.9. There you go. probably just missed a little bit something out there. But yeah, pretty much spot on there. That he's going to go up by 45k, and then you've got Pryor as well beating his break even by 80, so 80 times the magic number-ish. He should go up about 36k, which is roughly what they've got him. They've got him up going. They've got Jackson Pryor going up 40k actually. So don't know about that one, but it is what it is. Let's just see, 43 times 19.3 divided by 43 is that. So yeah, I don't know if there's a slight mess up with the prior one, but we'll see what he ends up going up by. As yeah, he should be somewhere around the as I said, he beat his break even by 90. I just stuffed up my calculations as yeah, he goes up 40k, give or take. Yeah, 40.3 I have him, and I'm pretty sure Scoobs has him going up 40.5. So yeah, that was my fault. So yeah, those two are going to make, as we said, about 40k each, 40k each, and they're going to have negatives break evens for a while now. It's projected Zach Reid has a negative 33 break even, and the likes of Pryor has a negative 20 break even. So them scoring 60 next week, just looking on my phone here, 42k for Zach Reid and 36k for Pryor. That's another 76k between them. They're starting to get to the point now where if they score 60s for the next, and obviously that'll be round 5 that they do that, right? If they score 60s for another 2-3 weeks combined, they make 45k, they make 85k in this first change. They make 75k the week after. Then they probably make 70k the week after that. 29k for Pryor and 42k for Zach Reid the week after that. So what's that? 29 plus 42 is another 70k. So they go 85, 75, 70, probably another 60. Suddenly they've made, let's just do the quick maths there, 85 plus 75 plus 70 plus 60. They make suddenly in like 4 weeks combined about 290k between them. And they're sitting at roughly a combined weight of about 520k by round 6. By round 6, the DPPs come in and they're 550k between them, or give or take, I think. Or DPPs might come in earlier. But anyway, enough talk about them, I guess. Nick Martin, that was surprising, but it's good to see that his price is definitely dropping through the floor because he is going to get the forward status. We are just all waiting because he could be a really, really cheap guy. Priced at 153, he missed his break even here by 88. So he missed his break even by 65 times 0.048. So he's going to lose 29k roughly minus 66. So he's going to be at roughly 536k, give or take 1,000 or so. So he's going to start dropping. The 88 that he scored is going to sort of help, I think. Well, he's still going to have a high break even with an 88. If we just go through here, 88, he's going to have like a 137 break even still, I believe. So yeah, he's still going to drop for the next little bit, but we hope that he can round it out. And then basically everyone else from Essendon doesn't really matter too much. Kako's still going to make some cash, but it's not as, he did pretty well. The 90 disposal efficiency probably helps him out dramatically. Don't expect that too much from him. He's probably going to score more 40s and not really gain too much cash. Then you go over to Port Adelaide and Burgoyne 112, 121, much to the same of Josma. Doesn't matter. Bergman, I thought he'd done his hammy late in the third quarter, but he came out and had a really good last quarter. Ollie Wines, 100 flat and 106. He did really well, 31, 4 and 3 and a goal as well. Moraes is basically the must-have rookie because he's going to have a negative 84 break even or thereabouts. If he scores, let's put it into perspective. If he scores 60 next week, he's projected to go up. If he plays and scores 60, he's projected to go up 65k. Like, that is... And he could easily score more than that. We saw 27 touches from him and 7 marks there. He was outstanding, especially on the transition. Rozee, 84-64 split. He was pathetic, basically, outside of the last quarter. If you actually look at the last quarter, I believe Second half, he scored a 60. And I believe last quarter he scored a 44-point last quarter, I think, in fantasy. Let me just double check that. 44-point last quarter in fantasy, and I'm pretty sure it was efficient in the fourth quarter. 40% disposal efficiency. That is not efficient. So yeah, he was pretty poor throughout the day. And if we go to turnovers, you'll see he was at... Farrell had 5 turnovers and still had... Wow. Farrell didn't really get punished for his turnovers. So if we look at the likes of... Where is actually Rozee? Did he really not... Did I just skip over him? I must have just skipped over him here. Connor Rozee, 4 turnovers, 3 clangers, 1.5 rating. So he was one of the worst rated players on the ground. 22 touches, 5 marks, 4 tackles. Considering he basically forgot to turn up for 3 quarters and he had a 44-point last quarter, in which he had 10 touches, 3 marks and 2 tackles, you take that, honestly, because he scored about 35 Supercoach points in the last quarter there to just catch himself up. Travis Boak, 82.75. Horn Francis, 74.82. So in terms of Supercoach wise, he's going to drop through the floor. He missed out his break even by 76 times the magic number. He's probably going to go down 34k to about 503 or so, I think. But I still wouldn't be trading him, to be honest with you. He has St Kilda in next week, and then Hawthorn. He should be fine in the long run. Yes, it does suck that he's going to go down dramatically, but it is what it is in the end. And his break even should, if we go to here, go to 82, project, it should be somewhere around that 139 break even. So we could easily make it back up. But he just needs a big game somewhere, because yeah, he's going to drop probably, you'd expect going off these numbers, he's probably going to drop 60k or so. So for those that traded out Horn Francis, if he is going to be a top of the line guy, trading out for 60k isn't the best for 2 trades, I would say. 60k and like 60, 70 points probably. But we expect Horn Francis to turn it around. He was really poor in the first 3 quarters, but then came alive in the last quarter and had a, what was it, 9 disposal last quarter, 1 goal, 1 in the last quarter. He could have easily, and I'm saying this right now, he could have easily ended up, this could have been this could have been a 95 fantasy and a 110, 115 Supercoach if he had kicked that extra goal here, and then he dropped about 2 or 3 extra marks there. The tackles, we know Horn Francis isn't going to lay that many tackles, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Josh Sin had a really good first half, and we were talking in the group chat, the boys on the Monday night live group chat, just, wow, we missed out on Sin. And then he just kind of fell flat. He was on about 50 at halftime, and he scored a 30-point second half. And so he is going to go up 40k, but he isn't going to do too much, so I'm not too worried about that, to be honest with you. And then you've got Kane Farrell, 61.86. 86 for a guy that you want top of the line in Supercoach, or near enough top of the line. 86, he's going to go up 16k, but his scoring kind of now with an 86, if you look at it right now here, go to this, his break even's now going to be 56, and he basically is going to make you about 25-30k, and that's about it. And this is why Farrell and these other guys that haven't really had a positional change or a sort of 400k are really actually poor starts, to be honest with you. Or you're going to move them off quickly because to guys that are in the 300k range, because yeah, they're just really, really poor. And can really just stop just like that. Like Farrell's basically a dead pick now on across both platforms. I could go to fantasy and show you it, but I'm pretty sure you get the message there. And then no one else really matters in terms of Supercoach or fantasy, to be honest. Joe Barry had a really good first half, but then silent in the second, and that's why he's got such a bad split. And then, yeah, Will and Drew really struggled. But anyway, that is the video there. A longer one for a recap video, probably because it's just more on time, this one. I get it out on the respective day that it should be coming out. This will probably come out, I think, at 5 p.m. or so, so a couple hours before the Friday night game. So I guess you'll see the Friday night review of or the Friday night game review of Carlton Western Bulldogs on the Saturday morning before we hit the Melbourne Gold Coast game at 1:20 p.m. So I'll see you guys in that review. If you guys did enjoy this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. If you are listening on Spotify, give me a follow and a rating over there, and I'll see you guys for that aforementioned review. Bye guys.